Hi, welcome to the Stockinit Zombies. I'm Amy, also known as J Nitma.
And I'm Megan, also known as Just Run It. And this is episode 69. Insert adolescent snicker here.
There you
go. And today is the second to last day in February. Tomorrow is the last day in February. And I'm uber excited about March goings on for the
absolutely.
Marigold Jen Knit Along and for the Mystery KAL with Mr. Josh Ricks, sort of
Geonitrix design.
Yes, and the graphic infection, because I can remember the name of the pattern. And we've got all of our supplies amassed and ready for the first clue.
Yes.
It'll be my first Mystery Knit Along, so
not mine.
I'm kind of excited. This is my first rodeo. I've been hearing that a lot recently for some reason.
Rodeo?
This isn't my first rodeo, ma'am. So things going well with you?
Fairly well.
Fairly well. Fairly well, my something. Yeah, let's just jump right into it then.
Yeah, well, I had this like random thoughts thing.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was giving you the opportunity to interject before I became. Let's get to business.
It's
business time.
So I decided to write down some random thoughts, and I thought it would be fun if, it's kind of like an association game or whatever. These are quotes or thoughts from movies or songs and in a book. And if you can parse out what they are, you've got a window into my brain. So, I speak whale. They look like such big, strong hands. Orange square cellophane cheese. Mama, I'm pretty. Fiddle-dee-dee. And a swarm of angry butterflies. The last one might be hard. Same with the cheese one. But, yeah. Just like, I thought it was kind of funny because when they popped into my head, it was just like, okay, that's random. And so I just started putting it in my phone. I probably won't do this ever again. But I just thought it was fun. And try not to drop my phone here.
Yeah, well, none of them really resonate with me, so I don't know what that says about. I guess the one I can recognize as from Nemo.
Yeah. I figure everybody can get that one, or nearly everybody can get that one. That's kind of why I led with that one. But they do get more obscure. Yeah, and they're just from movies that I watched a lot when I was younger, in my formative years. And then books and music. So. And the books and music one's way harder.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was it. Silly me. Right to business.
Okay. I was just pausing in case you
share anything else.
Get to the drawing. Yay! All right. So I have this open. We had for the Botanical Knits ebook, so that it's in the electronic form, and the designer herself, Alana Dakos, will be sending you that. So you will contact moi. I will forward on your Ravelry name, and the designer will bless you with the pattern book. We had 345 entries, which is a fantastic number for a 2-week drawing. We've had like ongoing 2-month KALs where I think we've had similar numbers, but for 2-week drawing with 1 entry a person, that's quite a few.
Yeah.
And so entry 2 through 345 and random number generator said 230. So if you are entry number 230, you are probably going, yoo-hoo! And that is, her name is Jandy. She is Cowgirl 92. She loves the quaking aspen leaf entry. Or is it Appen? It should be aspen. So silvery and pretty. Sorry, no pictures. It's leafless at the moment. So it sounds like she's got one at home. So Cowgirl 92, contact me and we will get you your Botanical Knits book.
So I wanted to mention, I don't know, this is just kind of an honorable mention. I love the person who put the eucalyptus leaf or plant because they had like every color you can imagine that leaf turns. It was purple, yellow, red, green. Oh, it was neat. So and they had them laid out on their porch or their deck or something, and it was just the variety that leaf can turn for colors is crazy.
It sounds like I am not alone in my my appreciation of the ginkgo. Yes, other people also love that it turns yellow and like all the leaves fall in one day, and yeah.
And there was a later entry that was a different kind of maple that I hadn't heard of before, or at least it wasn't forefront in my brain, and I really liked it. I think it had a more rounded look to it. Yeah, but it escapes my memory. But I really liked it. It was a late entry, probably in the 300s. And it was a nice picture.
I'm quiet because I'm counting.
Darn you, and that counting.
Yeah, it's a necessary evil.
So are we on to finished objects, or we have other?
162. I thought we would mention that today, well, you'll probably be seeing this the last day if you watch it day of the Baby It's Cold Outside, and also to get your entry in for February for the self-striping KAL. And so the Baby It's Cold Outside was 3 objects that one was for your head, one was for your hands, and one was for your neck. We've got a lot of people that have entries for all 3 categories, which is very exciting. But yeah, get those in. We will lock the thread March 1st, and entries that aren't in February, if we don't catch it before March 1st, won't be considered. So get those in. Also had a few questions about what self-striping is, and I wanted to clear that up if anybody was watching rather than reading out on the boards. In past self-striping knit-along, we've said if you can make the yarn self-stripe by itself, that counts. But the spirit in which this KAL was intended was like true self-striping. So like what Amy's knitting, or I have a work in progress, where it's definite color blocks that are repeatable throughout. So if you can get the right resonance or the right circumference for certain variegateds, you can make them self-stripe, but that's just kind of a happy accident. That's not really a self-striping yarn that you're trying to get out of your stash. So from here on out, if I look at it and it doesn't look like it is a true self-striping, but rather a happy accident, that will not be. So you got grandfathered in because we didn't make it clear. If you did have a happy accident self-striping, then good for you. But going forward, and then also wanted to remind folks that, so you have, in February, you can have max of 2. So if you have like a March or April, May, June, July, you've gone self-striping crazy in January and February, wait until those months, because it's hard. I wouldn't want to draw for a current month a future entry, if that makes sense. So just for bookkeeping purposes. I know it's exciting, and if you wanted to put them all in one post and then distribute them later, you could do that as well.
And there is a way for us to double check that when we draw and click on it, see when it was posted. So I mean, if it does happen to land on you and it's a later, it'd just be so sad.
Yeah.
We'd have to say we can't count it, and we'd have to draw again.
Yeah. And people that are like one below you would be like, brats, that could have been my number. I thought you said that one time that you were.
Yes, I was one off from a drawing.
So those are the KALs up and coming. Marigold Gen in March and April. Woo. We also have the Mystery KAL that we will both be participating in, as we mentioned earlier, which is exciting. I'll be knitting a Daybreak. I'm going to be knitting, what else do I have up for March? I don't know if my garment in the Megan colorway, my Boardwalk, is going to be in March, or if it's going to be in April.
Okay.
These socks are going to be Marigold Gen. The Marigold Gen shawl. The Daybreak. I said that already, right? Yeah. I've got March seems booked.
Yep.
Like, crazy booked to me.
Full up.
Yeah. So I'm like trying to keep track of it all in my head. And of course I don't have a spreadsheet, but I have like a little Evernote like you have. It's like keeping track of everything that I get accomplished in March. But yeah, that's all that's fit to, so both of those drawings will be next week. Oh, I have the yarn that's for the drawing actually. So.
Oh, for the Marigold Jen drawing?
No, for self-striping next week.
Oh, the self-striping. Okay.
So it will be some Vesper soft
cool.
yarn in the tartan colorway, which is kind of a orangey, reddy green repeat. Here's our 3 color. So that's what's up for grabs next week. And then I also wanted to mention these socks that I'm just casting on are the business casual knit along with Celtic cast on, and this is a prize that I'm donating to her blog, so she'll get a winner and I'll be sending it out. So if you're interested in winning, this is Thrills Tannis Fiber Arts in her blue label fingering weight. It was an exclusive color from May 2012. So prizes. Excellent. There's prizes to be had. And then regularly scheduled programming.
Okay.
FOs.
So my FO is only partial, but I thought it was too fun not to talk about, is that my Toothless now has wings. So this was my original Toothless. So you can see this is a worsted weight. It's got its little tail fins.
It's the extra fin.
Yep. And show him close up. Hopefully he's not all blacked out, blurry. He probably is really blacked out. But and then this one is fingering weight. So kind of stack them on top of each other and see. One's a baby, one's a mama, or a daddy, I guess. And so he needs more fins along his back section, but I don't know. It took a lot to get him here. The kids really wanted to keep him, and I got a bunch of sad faces, and I said, okay, you can have them. And just as I was leaving, it was like, no, Mom, you can take them. So I really like this pattern because it's spot on accurate. It's so detailed, but it is like artistic sculpture. I mean, this is fiddly beyond fiddly. So if you love yourself some How to Train Your Dragon Toothless, and you think that dragons are awesome, this is a really great pattern, and it's very detailed. But I will say, fiddly is all get out. Like each of these toes are knit individually and then sewn in. Same with all of his head pieces, the wings, 4 tail pieces, and yeah. So I mean, and she even has, I did the kid-friendly ones that are kind of like knit like a sock, but she has ones that are knit flat, and then you knit tubes, and then you put pipe cleaners in them so you can position them. So I mean, and that was more of the adult or older kid version. So I knit these for my young ones, so I made the non-pipe cleaner version. But yeah, very detailed pattern. Hopefully it'll remain out there. Like I don't, whoever
was it free?
Owns,
No. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. It does say something about the movie in the bottom of the pattern when I'm reading all of the details. So I don't know if she's circumvented any copyright issues or whatever with that statement at the bottom. But get it while you can, because it's a really good pattern, and it was not cheap. I think it was like $8. But I've liked it well enough to knit 2, one for each of my kids. So
and your kids, liked it well enough that they requested another one be made, right?
Yes. And again, I mean, we liked the movie when it came out, but now there's a TV show.
Yep.
Writers of Berk. And so now they're watching that, and he's gotten new life again, and it's excitement again. And when I had put this one's wings on, they were playing like Baby Dragon and Daddy Dragon all over the house that whole day. So I don't know. It was worth every penny at that point.
Yep.
Every minute spent putting these things together, and yeah, it was adorable.
Yep. It's kind of like parenthood in general, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of hard work, but in the end, it's worth it.
So that was it. And then I just have a lot of progress on my many projects. So you need to talk about your multiple FOs here.
Okay, so Knitting Samurai, I would like to tell you that it is correct. It is awesome to have 2 garment FOs in 1 week. Monogamy is not good for that, but polygamy would. So this is my vitamin D. It is out of Tosh Merino Light in the Forestry colorway. The pattern is by Heidi Kermeyer. I've been all Heidi Kermeyer all the time since in 2013 and leading up to 2013 because I had my Snowbird, I had my Nanook, I have this vitamin D, and then next up is Boardwalk, which is also Heidi Kermeyer.
Wow.
Yeah. Woot.
You're heavy on her blog roll or whatever.
I guess, right?
If she's
she
watching.
doesn't have a Twitter feed that I know of. So if somebody knows that she's got a Twitter feed, I would totally be, ear burning her and being like, "Look at my beautiful FOs." But I don't think that she's got one.
Okay.
So, Amy pointed out it is a little short on me, but that is because my row gauge. I know Annette, who is also knitting this at the same time as me, added some extra rows in between the short rows.
Okay.
To make hers longer.
Okay.
It's just because I'm knitting it out of a fingering weight versus a sport. It's very, like I told Amy I could wear it like this and put like a shawl pin if I wanted. Mm-hmm. And then it would just be kind of a little, a little Star Wars. It would be a little, sounds like when they're
lightsabers.
Yeah. Anyway, she got it. She was like, I understand the waves that your brain is putting out. Or probably just going to hang like that. I'm really glad that I didn't make the body longer, though, because I'm very happy with the sleeves. And I had like this much few left at the end. Because I knit until I was like, oh, am I going to be able to get a few rows of garter in at the end? And then they blocked out nicely. The pattern calls for 3/4 length sleeves, but I can zhuzh if I need them at that length. Zhuzh. And just in general, TML washes up so nice, and it's just so soft, and I love all the colors. Like this, I would live in this if I could, and I probably could if I wanted to. So that is that. And then my other, which people very generously helped me vote on the buttons.
Oh, which one won here?
Blue.
Okay, cool. I voted blue.
Yes. The black, I don't know, it was too much to bring your eye clear down to here. And I was going to try to throw it on. It got big. I didn't do a washed swatch. So it is very big and drapey on me. I was going to try maybe wearing a camisole, but then I was like, might be a little too showy-offy. I think that the level at which that this neckline ended up being a wise choice because the lace does stretch a little bit, especially under the weight of the heavier yarn. On me. I mean, if you had a bigger chest, this would be out a little more, but it's very drapey. I like the button detail. She had an option to not do a button detail. I'm probably going to take my leftover gray yarn and maybe stitch on the back here because I don't like how it gapes a little bit.
Okay.
In between, but that's
so keep the detail, but sew it shut.
Yeah. Yep. Lock it down. And yeah, I don't know. Every button I see is an opportunity to be misplaced. Like that's so I had 12 opportunities here to sew on a button in a place where it wasn't evenly spaced out or wrong, like vertically, horizontally. Buttons give me anxiety. I have button anxiety. And I put the buttons wrong on my Lady Kina. I don't know if anybody has noticed in the picture. Which now is my mom's, and it fits her perfectly. It looks wonderful on her. I hope she's wearing it if she's listening to this. Not literally, but like, you know, in general, I hope she's wearing it. I'm like, you must wear my lady
while you're watching
me, Mom. Anyway, sorry, tangent there. There was only 3 buttons there, I think, or 4, and one was completely off, and it made the front like hodgepodge. And I was like, this is ridiculous. And it's so easy to cut the thread. I mean, like, you just pull the button out and cut the thread and sew it back on. But again, it's that anxiety. I'm going to sew it back on wrong or worse, or yeah. I get a little uptight about my buttons, but I'm very happy with it. I think it will be a nice summer wear. It actually doesn't look too bad with my shirt underneath it, other than you can see it right here. But yeah, 2FOs.
Yeah.
Just keep wearing it.
Cool. All right, so I have a multitude.
Sorry, I didn't. And this is Test Knit by Amanda Bell, lacy boatneck shell. I will link my project page. People have been asking me when she gets the pattern released, and I'll link it when the name is. And if you have a name, suggest it, because she's looking for them. So I can't think of one. I thought of like, this is kind of breezy, and it's a boat neck, and it's a shell, because like that's a boat term as well. So like maybe it could be something nautical, but that's about as far as my brain went. It's like, it'd be like windward, but then I think a pattern just came out that's called windward.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, sorry. Go on. Thought I was done blathering, but wait, I have more.
So these are my February striping socks, and as you can see, February is ending very shortly. So I am loving my Flying Monkey sock yarn.
Fabulous.
In the monkey pattern.
Matchy matchy.
Yes, matchy matchy. And yeah, I don't know. There's self-striping yarn is way fun, and I don't know that they're going to be my favorite socks to wear. You know, self-striping socks. But
what's wrong? Why?
I don't know. I mean, there'll be lots of fun, but sometimes you need something that's more
a little more
subtle.
Sophisticated.
Yes, sophisticated, subtle. But love.
Yes, those are fabulous. I love that color scheme.
It is so cool. It's beyond. And
that's Dancing Dog Dye Works.
Yes, and thank you, Miss Woolly Love, because I don't know how I was able to gain such this lovely yarn, because I don't think I've seen this out very much, like as a colorway that many people have. I saw it on No Knit Sherlock's page, and I said, "Dear Woolly Love, I must have that." And I had to put in a custom order, and I think I waited about 8 to 10 weeks.
But worth the wait.
Absolutely. But that was, that was a while ago. I mean, that might have even been pre-podcast a while ago.
I may or may not have gotten some Girl Cave bags, custom green and pink colorway this past weekend.
Oh, the
yes,
special.
it was
cool.
It went a little down. It went down like this. My husband was out of town. My husband didn't get me a Valentine's Day present. I said into the other room, "Husband, say no if you don't want me to get this for myself for Valentine's Day." And he didn't say no.
I see. So it's not a purchase. Is that what you're telling me?
Exactly. Another purchase got made in February, at the end of February, from Fat Squirrel Fibers. And so, yeah, that would have been my second February purchase. But instead, it was my Valentine's Day present.
Okay. Yep, I can see that.
I don't cheat. I never cheat.
And as much as I loved those colors, I'm kind of full up on.
Yeah, I'm hoarding mine as well. I need to use some of hers.
Right.
I'm pretty sure that my sweater quantity is going to be a neon, and it's going to be by Hohi Locatelli, and it's going to be before the retreat. That also needs to get scheduled in before June.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Busy.
I am going to be. But
so
I love it.
talked a lot about these socks, and I have 2 other things to show you. So,
shawls of goodness.
Okay.
Shawls, all the time.
So this is my Sun Valley Fiber, well, it's obviously my Color Affection, but the yarn is the Sun Valley Fibers.
By Vera Valamaki. Isn't that what Color Affection is by?
I'm really bad at that stuff. I don't know the names of the designers. I barely know the names of the patterns. So this one, you know, kind of gets whacked into your brain by the thousands of people who have finished it. But yeah, I don't know. I love the garter, and I am very, very, very happy with the yarn. But I've had to knit this part twice, so that's my wah wah. But I am back to where I was, and
always a good feeling.
Yes, back to where I was, and I'm starting to see the color changes. They're very subtle differences in the colors, and when I get to all 3, it's going to be so beautiful.
They say, I think, like, the whole Color Affection philosophy on choosing your colors and their order is that your 3rd one is supposed to be your Bazinga one.
Well, none of these are the Bazinga. This is the 3rd color.
Well, I'm just saying, like, the highest contrast.
Oh,
sorry.
Yes.
Not like Bazinga knock your eyes out.
Yeah.
Like Bazinga
like
highest contrast. Yeah.
Blaze orange.
Sorry, I'm
More
doing
Star
your
Wars
kid-
noises, just like pew pew.
It's like I live with boys and they watch the Star Wars cartoons.
Yes, Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, yeah. That. Except my son Dexter asks for it, and it sounds like something else. Instead of Star Wars, I can't remember it. Now I thought I was going to tell a funny joke and can't even remember how he says it funny, but go on.
I am knitting from my hand spun. Huzzah! So,
Win.
yes, this cast on was purely like, I want to knit with my hand spun. I want to knit with my hand spun. So, I went through my Ravelry, all out there on the computer now.
Mm-hmm.
So proud of me, right?
Yes. I am very proud of you. You get like a Megan star of
data mining or data gathering. So this one here is Into the World. Oh, I've already forgotten the name. Cosmopolitan, I think. Something. Cosmopolitan. Or Cosmopolitan something. And I think that there's over 400 and some yards in what I spun up. And I started a diaster.
I said Erst.
Diarst.
That is how I believe I've heard Miss Meltran say
Okay,
it.
Diarst by Meltran Designs. And I am just to the point where I have to start doing the chevron-y stuff in it. So I had to put it down. So I'm done with the plain, and I'm going to be starting the fun stuff soon.
Fun?
So yeah, you're like looking at it going, I don't see much going on there. Well, it's the next thing. So
No. I was thinking that was like the black cherry or something colorway. No?
No, I'm pretty sure that it was Cosmopolitan or I don't know, Cosmo something.
Okay.
But again, yeah, handspun is kind of odd. I have a feeling that blocking will help this a lot.
Yeah,
it gets kind of wonky as I'm knitting it, and because of the thick and thin, and some twists are tighter than others, but I'm still loving it. I mean, it's the first time I've knit with it, and I like that it's doing that gradual striping thing that it does, and I know that I'll see that in my other hand spun. And since it's kind of going to be a new goal of mine, and I don't have much large yardages, I'll probably have a lot of quick knits coming up, which will be exciting.
Excitement abounds.
And that's my 3 works in progress. And of course, on Friday, we are going to start the Geometrix designs, and I thought I would share what colors I chose. Now, I don't even know if you can call anything in here minty green. But squint and make it kind of fuzzy, and then tell yourself over and over again, mint, 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 and then you might see it. So it mostly looks like a light, beautiful seafoamy blue, which is kind of green, I guess, seafoamy. So hopefully that's not too close. But orange and blue, and so this is going to be my pop, and that's going to be I guess it starts with the lighter, according to the
I have to decide. Mine is the apple of Megan's eye and Amy's punky plum, so the purple and the green. I'll have to decide which one is going to be my pop, because they're both kind of
dark, saturated.
Yeah, sorry. And if that grosses you out hearing somebody pop their knuckles, I'm sorry.
Oh. And then so yeah, that was it for that. I just thought I would go ahead and share with what I was going to start with. And yeah, I am skating by on this green. It might not be technically green. Seafoamy. Say mint, mint, mint. Maybe you'll see it. So that's it. I don't want to talk
You also
too
have that
much.
shawl that the other one, the Color Affection, also has green in it, right?
This is
so
true.
That you
I
could
do
count
have a
that
green
one
shawl,
as
yes. But it will belong to Jeanette.
Yeah, we won't be wearing it at the retreat.
I could be like, okay, Jeanette, until setup day, I want to wear that. But
we laughed too hard, woke up the toddler. Okay, my works in progress.
Okay.
Woo! I am again, polygamy abounds. This is the business casual pattern, which is a sock pattern by Tanis Fiber Arts. It has some cross hatches. It's from the top down, and I'm knitting it from the top down, and I'm doing it with Celtic cast on. I believe on her blog she said there's 3 or 4 weeks left, so you still have plenty of time to join in. And I was going to be doing it with my self-stripey, but now I'm test knitting a self-stripey pattern for Meltran Designs, and so I decided to use that. This is, I've got it in my Erin Lane bags. My middle name is Erin, so. And Harvest Moon, and it is merino and nylon. You may be saying to yourself, didn't Megan say last week she is breaking up with socks? And here she says she's got 2 pair of socks on the needles now? That's odd. But I had a revelation, sort of with Kelly of Celtic Cast On, who I Google talk with sometimes. And she said, look at the fiber content on the socks that you're getting holes in. And I said, well, but it's all with sock yarn. And she said, no, you should probably look at the content. And they are all 100% merino. Mm-hmm. All of my socks that my iron feet just eat through 100% merino. So I have a new stance. It's kind of like the no shirt, no shoes, no service, no nylon, no sock. You better chickity check yourself before you wreck yourself, because if you don't have nylon, I'm not knitting socks out of you anymore. And that, I'm sure there's 5 million people out there that will tell you that 100% merino is fine for socks. They work fine for them. My feet do not do well with 100% merino.
Mine last about 3 years if they're just merino.
I guess I'm tough on socks.
And then they last a couple more years, if not longer, if they're not. But if they're merino nylon, not so much. But if they're just a nice sturdy wool and nylon, then they're iron.
So yeah, and the grand layering of all sock yarns, so merino nylon is probably, or BFL nylon, something with nylon content would be my top. And then ones with cashmere and nylon last a little less long, right? Like my feet seem to eat through those. And then yeah, the 100% merino. The last pair of socks, I think I've washed them max 4 times. So yeah, kind of sad.
No good.
Sad panda. Mm-hmm. So not all sock yarns, even though they look like sock yarns and they're fingering weight, are made alike, right? Some of them
Right.
aren't meant. They're just meant to be very pretty shawls.
Well, and I will say that I found when I tightened up my gauge a lot, that also helped. Like, I had a swap with somebody. They sent me a pair of socks for my feet, and they were so tightly knit, the fabric was, that it was very stiff, and wore great on my feet. I mean, it just felt stiff when I pulled them out of the packaging and went, oh, socks, and they were just rigid. But they were 100% content, and they are beautiful, and they have not worn at all. So I think that, seeing that in something that somebody gave me it changed my, like, I went down a size of needles when I make socks. If it's an extremely light fingering weight, I try to not make socks out of it, 1. But 2, I go down to zeros. Because I can't have them wearing out. So I just try to make sure that fabric is nice and tight.
Anyway. She likes it nice and tight. So, that's these. My other pair of socks in my Girl Cave bag. Beautiful apples. Do you guys noticing a theme here on my apples? Is my Mind the Gap. And this is 75% BFL, 25% nylon. So it's got a lot of nylon content, and they are super fun. Look at that. I finally made it to I kept on knitting. I cast these on last night, so this is a day's worth of progress, and it was like the ultimate, like, just one more row, because I wanted to see how many colors there were. There are actually 12 different stripes. And the thing that I love about the colorway is that if you look at the adjacent colors, like, they all meld really well. So, like, the red and the browns look pretty together, and brown and blue and green and yellow and black. But, like, when you look at it as a whole, like, your brain's kind of like, some of those colors clash. It's not harmonic. But yet it's harmonic when on the ones next to each other, right? Like, oh, pretty. I like black and silver,
I think it's cool.
The gray and yellow. Oh, I love it as well. And this is after the meme incident last week, I Googled it, and there's actually 2 pronunciations for cursed or cursed. I don't know how you say it. Do you say cursed or cursed?
Cursed.
Cursed cable socks or cursed cable socks?
Oh. Cursed.
Well, it's 2 syllables, and cable is 2 syllables, so it kind of rings a little better off of my ear.
Yeah, well, I would say I'm cursed, but cursed socks. Yes. I don't know, so I would change it between the 2.
So Amy and I both have a Meltrans Designs pattern on the needles this week, but yes, cursed cable socks, designed by Melissa Tanstrom. Those are coming along swimmingly. In fact, I'm ready for the heel. Huzzah! But yeah, cool. Big soliloquy on why I'm knitting
lots of
socks now. Well, I got it in my mind that I should really have a pair to test that hypothesis, right? I mean, I've got other ones that have nylon, and they're holding up swimmingly, but I'm like, I'm not off totally. And this, oh my Lord, talk about addictive potato chip knitting. Not stocking knit in my,
I forgot you were working on this.
Yes, it is the Autumn's End out of Botanical Knits. Oh my God. The pattern repeat is like 20 rows, and I memorized it after the first leaf motif, and it just flew. I cast this on Sunday, and it flew. So I actually did the decreases and increases, like I normally told you I'm a block. Amy's just like, I want to live in it. So soft. Road to China Light.
It's a dream.
Which is 65 baby alpaca, 10% cashmere, 10% camel, 15% silk. If that doesn't say luxurious.
And this is a light?
Yep. Road to China Light, so it's sport weight.
Oh, okay. No, it just looks very bloomed and fluffy.
I just love it. Yeah, there are a few hairs flying around, and I'm to the point now where I have to decide. The pattern says that it's ready for me to knit some arms.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, it does have a lot of stretch.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I might have to do a lot of adjustments to try to figure out if I don't do anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't it beautiful? I just love the little fat leaves too. And it's super addictive. Like the yarn itself, I think I could knit a garter stitch blanket that could cover my home out of it and not be bored because it's just so fabulous. I was trying to think of a project that would be really, that you wouldn't want to knit. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
I wouldn't want to knit that traveling woman's sweater again. That was a lot of
ribbing. Okay, maybe you wouldn't want to do ribbing. Yeah, you'd still, it would be okay with this yarn because the yarn would make up for it. But then the pattern is so cool as well. And as I was saying, I did do the increases because I thought it added increases and decreases. I thought it added, it didn't change the shape drastically, like it hasn't made it bell too much.
I see.
But yet it added like some architectural interest, like accent to
it. It would give you a waist illusion.
Exactly. Yep. It's very slimming / giving you curves if you don't have them. So yeah, and then this pattern, I'm pretty sure I'm going to knit the sleeves from the bottom up, just so that the leaves are the same direction.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, I think on the Pomme de Pen I did them top down, and I didn't care that they were in opposite directions. But this one, the join where I'd be casting on extra stitches would be on the top of the arm versus just doing a short row.
Okay.
Because then you join them in the round and do like a raglan from here. So it would be harder to do them from the top down.
Was it patterned to knit the tube?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's meant to be in the round.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't listening.
Alana, no, I don't think I said it. So.
Okay.
This is the Alana Dakos pattern on Autumn's End, and the yarn is Peridot colorway. I had to do a little, I printed it double up, so I used less paper and ink, but then the chart got separated from the actual chart.
Okay.
So I cut it out and put it over here, but it's nothing against the pattern, just the way that I had printed it.
Right.
Didn't jive, but love it. And at this point, I could just put a garter ridge on, and it would be like a fantastic cowl.
Oh yeah.
I could just walk around all day. But I was excited to get my whips into FOs, so
now
I could
you're making
cast
me want to go out and buy some of this yarn just to make a cowl.
So I did some ultimate enabling for you guys, and Mr. Yarn has it for $16 a skein at normal price, and that's for 159 yards of sport weight, which seems, it's a luxury fiber. But if you get $75, it gets down to like $13 or $12 a skein.
Yeah.
Which I think sounds really reasonable. And if you get enough to make a garment, then you know you're going to be
And they're running a Malabrigo March promotion right now, so if you need some Malabrigo for Malabrigo March, you get an additional 5% off your Malabrigo purchases.
Ooh.
So if you get a few skeins of the Road to China Light and you get your Malabrigo March Madness, and you'll get up to 75, no problem.
Yeah. No worries.
No worries.
I think $12 a skein for that yarn is a steal. Okay.
Well,
so,
yeah, having touched the garment of it, yeah, that's a steal. That was very nice.
Fantastic. I'm hoping that the luxuriousness and the softness doesn't translate into a garment that doesn't hold up.
Yeah, that's the worry.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But I'll let you guys know. I'll report back.
Okay.
We have a few acquisitions and enabling, and then a review.
Yes,
so
we do.
We need to get to getting. We've been chatty
Cathy's.
Cathy's.
Oh my goodness! Yes, I forgot about the review. So, purchases. So, I scored some leprechaun socks in self-striping, and this is a sport weight self-striping, and I think that's mainly why it fell into the cart. I just couldn't resist the fact that it was sport weight. Get quicker socks and leprechaun for March, and yeah, I was very excited, and yeah, I caught that. I don't know how I caught it, like apparently my ninja skills are pretty good. The only reason I got the
your spidey sense tingled, and you were like,
I should go check.
I should go look.
But I love it, and that will. I told my husband that I'll just start knitting them, and you tell me if you like them. If not, they're mine.
Mm-hmm.
But because I thought it was a very manly self-striping. So he was iffy about the self-striping, so I'm going to start knitting them, see if he likes them, and then if he says, no, I'll just go with the plain socks, mine. Not even. So, exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so, my mommy gave me this.
I helped collaborate on this.
So this is our little button logo or sticker logo. I would sticker logo. We haven't made buttons with it yet. That Wee Sparrow and the people at Acme did for us, and we got it made at Spoonflower, I assume. And then my mommy sewed me a little bag.
Yep.
And she has these out for sale on her website, and she's got the pink out there now. I think she has a green background, pink background. This is kind of a purpley pink.
Yeah, in the graphic we created, it was more of a fuchsia. But
okay.
When you print it out on the fabric, it gets a little less fuchsia.
Yeah. And then, but she has this size, and then like a sweater bag, or not sweater, a project bag size. You could probably fit a nice size shawl in it. It's not small. It's just not what you would think of as a sweater bag. And yeah, she said that some people already went out there and found them and bought some. So, and I'm sure she has plenty left. And we will be talking about.
And that is 200 and what's her Etsy shop?
Oh, 210th Street Designs.
Okay,
and
that's what I was going to say.
But we've linked it previously, and I'm sure we'll link it in the show
Yep.
notes. So,
linked and time-stamped.
Yes.
Consider it done.
And she's creating something new, which is pictured in this Etsy listing. It's this cool bowl. It's a fabric bowl. But she really wants one of us, or both of us, to test it out as an actual yarn bowl to see if it would work. It's not very heavy, but it would hold your yarn in place, but she's not sure how practical it would be. So it's a really cool bowl, and it's decorative, and it's nice, but will it work as a yarn bowl so that she can advertise it as a yarn bowl? So as soon as we've tested them, those will probably be out in the listing as well, in various shapes and sizes and colors.
And I need one to try on on my head, hat style, and so.
Yeah. Yes. She may already know that because I talked to her today.
Could she make the smiley face the other direction on one side so that it could literally be a hat/yarn bowl for me? I would tote wear it at the retreat if she made me one.
So,
it was like not gonna.
We have to keep going.
I know. Maybe
this is my acquisitions. So, Fiber Nymph, love, and then Mommy's got bags. Cool.
We had some retreat stuff to talk about too. Do you want to try to get the review in?
We're already at 50 minutes, so my sincerest apologies to our the people who gave us the book to review.
Next week, for sure.
We will get it in next week. That, and I'll feel like I'm doing
a better job,
less
rush.
rather than rushing through it.
Yep.
But how about a little sneak peek?
Isn't it cute? So cute.
So it's 9 months of knitting by Tin Can Knits.
Yes.
And they've graciously given us copies to give away. So just plant that in your mind that there's going to be a thread open and it's going to be a short window. So keep your eye out if you have some babies to knit for.
So cute.
Very cute. And you would be getting the nice book, not an e-copy. You would be getting the book.
Awesome.
So, yes.
Retreat news.
Retreat news.
Email went out about t-shirts, swap. The swap deadline is March 15th. So if you're interested, please go out and sign up. I think she said she had about 25 to 30 people, which is a nice number, but we've got, a larger number coming to the retreat. So if you're interested, make sure you go out and sign up. The 5K and the yarn crawl, both those sign-ups are now available. And then, what else did I mention in that email? I thought there was another one. Maybe there's not.
Okay. Well, the yarn crawl proves that we have people voicing their opinions on either side of the yarn crawl, no yarn crawl debate. So you know that you're going to have a good time no matter which you choose.
Yep.
And I know that I'm very excited about our yarn crawl. I have a lot of surprises in store and surprises, things that are specific to the Yarn Bus crawl.
The breakout sessions or breakdancing sessions, as some people is also out there. So if you have something that you would like to teach others about, you don't have to necessarily be an expert. You could actually be more of the moderator / person that gets conversation going. Not necessarily that you have to have a huge, people that come could have equal, greater or less than your knowledge level, I guess. Mm-hmm. And I think I would encourage you to not only put out on the forums what you're interested in teaching, but also fill out the forms, because I really want to try to get like a schedule set. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to be free-flowing and have 20 people thinking they're going to teach a class at 1 o'clock on Friday and not have the rooms for it, because we have the big hall and then we've got several rooms, and I want to be able to schedule that.
Yep.
That's the type A personality in me. The actual classes can be very free form and whatever, right, but the time allocation and where they're going to be, I would like to get nailed down. So
absolutely.
Yes. And then we also have an exciting announcement.
Yay! We have retreat bags.
Yay! So I think from here on out, the nomenclature, how we're going to refer to them, the retreat bags are these 4 purchase bags that have some surprises and some goodies in them. But the freebie bag is what, yarn vendors are contacting me, vendors that are coming to the marketplace are contacting me, and those will be for everybody that comes to the retreat,
right,
not just the people that purchase the bags. No purchase necessary. You're coming to Rochester, Minnesota, and being registered with the hotel or a day pass, it gets you that freebie bag. So absolutely, these are the retreat bags, not the freebie bags.
Okay. So now that we've established that, let's see
the ground rules.
So it's a large bag. So if you were thinking project bag, our apologies. These are like purses.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to wear mine crossbody.
Oh, I'm wearing mine crossbody too.
But you could certainly tighten up the strap and wear it more under the arm.
These are more market bags, in my opinion. Like you'd put your knitting project and your wallet and your phone and your water bottle. Yep. So this is my Girl Cave bag, sweater bag that fits completely over my head.
Here, I'll put my Elizabeth Quinton one in.
And it takes like half of the bag. So there'd still be like a significant amount of room for a water bottle, your food, yep, munchies, and there's yep, a couple interior pockets.
Yep.
So there's one there, and then there's a pin-sized one.
Right. And you're probably noticing that we have different interior fabrics. Mm-hmm. What interior fabric you're getting is the surprise.
Yes.
As well as a few other things.
So the exterior fabric is set in stone.
Yes,
this is what it's going to be.
It reminds me of a knit stitch,
mm-hmm,
and it's our favorite color,
mm-hmm,
green,
with some navies and some whites.
Yeah,
and like you said, adjustable strap. So if you're a smaller person or you don't want it to be right, a crossbody, you could shorten her up.
Yeah, and it's just a knot.
Mm-hmm.
So you just loosen it up. You get straps, and then you just.
And a very cool thing about this bag as well, which I love about anything, totally reversible.
Yep.
Totally can have the pocket on the outside and use it that way. 2 bags in one.
Yep.
So
again, which one you're getting will be the surprise for the interior, and it'll kind of encourage like, well, I didn't get the one I really wanted, so you might have to mingle and meet somebody who has the one that you wanted and say, would you be willing to trade?
Yeah.
And you know, they're gonna be different enough that you're gonna be like, this is totally my style, or this is like something I'd be willing to trade. So
delivered at the retreat.
yes.
There's an at-home option if you want to buy it, but then they'll be shipped out after the retreat to
Yes.
maintain surprises and whatnot.
We actually, out on the listing it says the week of the retreat, so they'll probably be shipped out Monday, but so that everybody who's coming to the retreat will see them well in advance of you getting them at home.
And then we don't have a limit because these are all pre-order, right?
Right.
So she can make up as many as necessary. And as she mentioned last week, we're cooking up some fun stuff to put inside.
Yes, and you know, and don't think big, just think special. Again, I'm just
It's not yarn.
yeah, it's not yarn, it's not, but it is something that we put a lot of thought
And
into.
it will be unique to the podcast or to the retreat. Yep.
And it'll be fun.
So Amy's mom made me another one that's slightly smaller that I'm using as a purse, and I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. It was with our other fabric that we had.
Here, I tied this tighter, and then I still wore it crossbody.
Like, I can't get it off my head.
But so yeah, these were our prototypes, and this is closer to what the end product as far as pocket sizes and whatnot would be. But
thank you, Anne. And again, that's 210 Street Designs. We'll linky loo it.
Oh, price
$27.50. How awesome is that?
Can you believe it?
I can't believe it. I actually told Amy that she needs to tell her mom she needs to pay herself a little bit more because I bought a purse like half this size at our little market, which will be going on during the retreat, by the way. They have a little street fair, and it was like 40 something.
Oh, it was 40 something?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember seeing them, and some of those were 25, but must not have been the purse.
Mine is a bigger one. Like she
Okay.
had some smaller ones, but it's not near this big.
Yeah.
I actually carry another bag around with my knitting bag in it because my other bag, it won't fit into the bag that I got at the street fair.
So yeah, I'm like holding it up. See, pretty big. But once you fit your knitting in it, you're gonna fit, you know, a water bottle, some money, some munchies, you know, maybe a purchase or two.
All bags must go in my head, so that's how big it is. I think we figured out that you could probably put 2 human heads in it. Not that you'd be storing human heads in it in any way, shape, or form, because that'd be freaky. Creepers. But it could serve as a hood in a torrential downfall rain.
But you wouldn't even have to walk outside because we're in downtown Rochester.
And there's
Hello.
a subway, but not with an actual subway. It's
Not-
a walking
not a
subway.
train, it's a-
yeah. It's a walking subway. Anyway, we're jabbering. We're at an hour. You know, same
Okay.
old, same old. Do you expect anything else from us?
Bye.
Bye.